can't be shy now. Well, welcome back to Things I Do. Today, on this video, we are doing a weekend mule deer hunt for Brooklyn. Say hi, Brooklyn. It's youth season right now. It's September 2nd. It's
8 o'clock.
It's 8:23, and we've seen, how many deer have we seen, Brooklyn?
12.
How many bucks?
5.
And how many grizzly bears?
1.
And how many shooters?
3.
All of them. So they've all kind of ran into the timbers. We're gonna make our way along here and go set up camp over there, and then we'll fart around for the day and see what else we can turn up.
Okay, so we walked from the glassing point. We left the glassing point and we were headed up to go on the ridge that we were trying to glass on. And then we saw this big buck walk out. And so we were going to shoot it, but it was end up being 373 yards away, so it was too far for me to shoot. And another hunter was already on it with a bow. And then so we kept on walking. So we end up getting to this ridge and we set up camp. So then we set up camp, we topped off our water bottles, and we made sure we had an extra one. And then we had a rest, and then we came to glass.
I think he's a 3x3. Yeah, I mean, you guys can go try, and I can sit here, and if they run, then I can kind of watch them. Kev and Brooklyn are making their stock. There's a little 4x3 muley bedded down behind some trees down below us. He's 374 yards right now, so they're gonna try and sneak in a little closer and hopefully not blow anything out, because he's one of the bucks from this morning that we seen that was with a bunch of other ones. So hopefully it all works out. But I'm up here, I'm gonna watch and video from afar. It's 4:18 right now, so they're just gonna go in slow, keep their wind good, and I am on the lookout. And there's one grizzly bear way over there, and the bugs have finally warmed up and they are coming out in full force. Well, that deer ended up running away. I'm not really certain why. Because he only ran, he got up from where he was bedded, looked like he was eating a bit, and then he just took off, and he only went like 100 yards maybe, and then he started eating again. So I think the bugs were starting to bug him. I could see him flicking his ear and doing a lot of head shaking, so the bugs are probably getting to him, because they are getting to me. But looks like they are going to continue making their way down, because yeah, he didn't go very far. Well, it's the end of day 2 here. We're coming to the end of the day 2. We've seen 2 does this morning. Actually, we gotta rewind to last night. So last night, the afternoon around 4 o'clock, Kevin and Brooklyn tried to put a stalk on a little 3x4 muley, and I could tell he was getting really hot and bothered by all the bugs, so he ended up taking off, and we never seen him again that evening. And we sat there right till dark, and all we seen was a doe and a spike buck. And then that was it for that night. Hiked back to camp, filled up water, went to bed, got up at 5, and our good glassing spot's only it's probably 10-15 minute walk from the tent. So we got there in good time, set up, didn't see much, and about an hour in, and we seen 2 does. That was it. And then we came back over the ridge to where I am now. We seen 1 grizzly, watched him for a while, and then we went back over. Actually, went down along the ridge here. We went down along here, did a loop around, and ended up back at our glassing spot. Sat there till 11:30, 12 o'clock. Didn't turn up anything, and then we went back to camp, had a bite to eat, and then because Brooklyn hasn't shot a big rifle a whole lot, she's probably got 20-30 rounds at the range at 100 yards, and that buck the other day was at 373, so we didn't let her shoot because we didn't know what the gun was capable of, because it's a new gun to them, and didn't know if she could do it either. So today we set up a big rock at 320 yards, and we shot it. She hit, and then to reassure ourselves, we took a second shot, and she was same height, and she was probably 5 inches to the right of her first shot. So that was good to see. And then we had a nap, and we're back at the came back to our glassing spot, and we've been over there since about 3:30. Haven't turned up any deer yet. Seen 1 grizzly popped out. We've been watching it for a while, and I just came over the ridge here to have a look, but now the sun has finally shone and I cannot see anything, so I'm gonna head back over to them and see what's going on. Hopefully the deer will start popping out now. We got, what is it here? 7 o'clock, so we got another hour of light. So hopefully something starts walking out and we can make a play on it. If not, we got tomorrow morning. We're gonna do the same thing we did this morning, because that's where we've been seeing all the deer, was over there. So tomorrow morning we'll do that. If no deer present themselves, then we will hike back to camp, pack up, and Brooklyn, what just happened?
I shot a buck.
We were sneaking down this hill to potentially get a shot at some deer across the valley, and about 100 yards in front of us there was a bedded buck. So we dropped our bags, we got Brooklyn set up right on these logs here, and she missed her first shot, but the deer didn't really go anywhere, so we were able to get a second shot. We just had to move up 10 yards or so, and she nailed them. So now we're gonna give them about half hour. We're gonna have a bite to eat, and then we're gonna go see if we can retrieve Brooklyn's first deer, 10 years old. This is where he was bedded. He's right here. Yep. And then they hopped up in front of this log here, or this rock here. Hey Brooklyn, hold it up. See your first deer. That's it?
He's scary. But he did.
Oh, he's a little leaky. Good job. First deer, 10 years old. 10 years old and 12 days.
I turned 10, like, in 12. It feels like it's been like a week.
Because it's just been a little over a week. Okay, now what do you do?
Cut it.
Where?
I don't know. Shot lots of
Where's your knife?
Pretty sure I kept it in here, or it's in my bag. It's in my bag.
After covering Brooklyn's deer, we had a grizzly come up past us at about 80 to 100 yards. So we spooked him off and made quick work breaking down the deer and got it loaded up and got out of there. We headed back to camp, had a bite to eat, broke camp down, and then we made the 3 kilometer trek back to the trucks. And that's it for this one. Thanks for watching.